Well, September 2nd through September 5th, there's going to be the Serra conference up here. And I was wondering, and as you know, the aim of Serra is to promote vocations to the priesthood and religious life. And I guess the unique thing about it is that it's lay-led, a lay-led organization, an international. And they're coming to Anchorage. This is their first time coming to Anchorage. And I wanted to ask you, what do you see as the significance of an organization of this stature, even recognized at the Vatican as a ministry of the laity? What is the significance of bringing a ministry like this, having their annual convention in Anchorage?
I think it's quite an honor for us to be recognized by this organization on the international level. The organization is named after Junipero Serra, who was the missionary to the west of this country, and who is an image of one who promoted vocations and promoted the faith, spread the faith all throughout the West. So it's certainly well known for promoting vocations to the church, and that they would recognize Anchorage as a specific center that people would like to come to in order to celebrate not only their work together, but God's creation, because of the image that we have. Yeah. I think is a great honor for us. And of course, I think it's really good also on their part to choose not so much a big settled city, but more of a missionary territory in which to hold their conference. It's like carrying out their mission through the very choice of the spot where they were going to meet.
In terms of your hopes for this gathering, I know there's going to be 2 cardinals and anywhere between 200 and 400 attendees here for 4 or 5 days. Mm-hmm. What are your hopes for what this convention might accomplish here in the Archdiocese?
I think we can learn a lot from their very presence here. There will be a number of bishops from various areas too. I think there are 2 bishops now coming from Mexico, and several others, at least 1 bishop from Canada. And one of the things I think we need to learn here in the state is that we are not independent as church in the sense of being on our own, but that the Catholic Church is a universal church. And getting that sense that people from all over the world would think of us here as their brothers and sisters in the same family of faith, want to come here to celebrate their mission, and then encourage us to work with their mission in encouraging vocations more here, I think is going to be a wonderful experience for us. But it really fits too with what I'm trying to accomplish here, is to encourage vocations more and more, local vocations, to consecrated life and priesthood, as well as diaconate and lay leadership, so that we can see that we don't have to rely on outside, but that we can take responsibility for our own local church here in the Archdiocese, raise up vocations, and encourage people to serve this family of faith.
I think there might be a misunderstanding or a confusion sometimes that the laity even has a role, but what do you see as the role of the laity in helping to promote and foster, particularly, I guess, vocations to the priesthood, since that's going to be the focus of the convention?
The greatest formational experience for vocations lies in the family. In the past, like when I was a youngster, the priests and the sisters promoted vocations heavily, but they were working with children who came from families that practiced the faith within the family context, the domestic church. And so what I'm hoping is that we can re-energize that process within our own culture and in this diocese, to help parents realize that part of their responsibility in living out their faith is creating a vocation-friendly family, more than just living out their faith by going to church on Sundays, trying to follow God's law in their lives, but sharing that faith with their children, encouraging their children to reflect on what God might be calling them to, and being supportive of whatever God might be calling them to, I think is a good challenge for us today. And I'm hoping that people will pick that up through the presence of the Serra people here, and especially some of the speakers who will be addressing the group.
What about Alaska makes it a particularly challenging place to promote vocations?
There are many good things about Alaska. We find many good virtues here. One is the virtue of hospitality, which I have experienced a great deal. And the other is we have strong family life, too. On the other hand, statistics tell us that 50–60% of the population is unchurched. So that means that a lot of people don't identify with a particular church community. And that is underlining, I think, part of the problem that we have with vocations is that belonging to the family community is one thing, but belonging to the larger community is another that maybe is one of our weaknesses here in this state. And so the presence of Serra and the message of Serra might, I think, help to promote the connections, which we're trying to do in the Archdiocese, connections with the parish so that they see the parish, the families see the parish as there to support the family life and the faith life within the family, and support them in encouraging their children to reflect on where God is calling them. And then moving from the parish to see that there is a reality which we call the local church, which is the Archdiocese, and that we need to work together to support each other and to find ways in which God is calling us to grow as a local community. If we can reflect on that more and more, and I'm hoping our pastoral council will do that as we get going on the archdiocesan level, I think that we will be able to reach another step in our growth as a faith community.
Switching a little bit to the role of the priest also in promoting vocations, how do you see Serra impacting the priest's call and his mission here in Alaska to encourage young men or older men even to think about a vocation to the priesthood? What is the priest's role in this?
I think that Serra in itself, being an organization of lay people, can encourage priests to be more courageous themselves and more outgoing, maybe is a better word, to promote vocations themselves. Rather than fear what might be the future, I think we're called to be people of hope as priests, as brothers, as deacons and sisters, and to remind people that the Lord is continually calling people to the church. It should be part of what we see as our life of faith. And I think the Serra people can support us in that reflection. And so that's why I'm glad we have the priests of the state coming together to have a time of reflection and then to join in at the opening Mass, which really delighted the Serra people to know that the priests would be gathered together with them for the opening of their convention.